Hey everybody, what is going on? I'm Teddy Graf. Welcome back to the Graf Farms YouTube channel. So, been a couple weeks since we put out a video. Hasn't been an awful lot going on around here for about the past 5 days. It's felt like the Forrest Gump movie around here.
One day, it started raining, and it didn't quit for 4 months.
And then, before that, all we've really been doing is hauling grain. We got some chemicals, some seed in. Pretty much got everything we need there for the most part. And spread a little bit more fertilizer. So nothing that you all haven't seen before, and didn't want to overwhelm you all with things we've done before. So right now, you can see sun finally shining. We are gonna take this tractor over here just a minute, go where we keep our planters, grab one planter, and pretty much play barn shuffle for a little bit. So we're gonna get ready to leave and start going to pull stuff out of the barn so we can get hooked up to one of our planters. Well, we got to looking at that tractor and we figured before we hook it up, might as well go through it, change the oil. It's past due for an oil change, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then on the hitch in the back, you can see I got this sledgehammer. We've got some spacers right here that need to go on the hitch so that we could drop the pin size down to 1.5 inch pin. We're set up for a 2-inch pin right now, which is what we pull our grain carts with. So our planters, the hitch is too small for a 2-inch, so put this in and drop down to 1.5 inches. We said we think this one's the bottom one.
Uh-oh. My wrench is stuck. I hate this part. It's hot. Yummy in my tummy.
So Eric was going to finish changing the oil in that tractor today, and then he's gonna go take it down to the other end of the barn where we wash equipment and wash it up real good before we get it hooked up to the planter. While he is doing that, I'm headed up to Jacoby's in Seymour, pick up some parts up there that we had laid out for another project we were working on last week. It's waiting on a few bolts and screws, and we can get that finished up today. So I'm gonna head up and grab those parts while he's working on that other stuff, so we can get this other job finished up as well. Well, we made it in, got our parts, just this little bag of screws, and get ready to head back. But before we do that, it's like mandatory for any farmer when they go to the dealership, you gotta drive around and just kind of see what they got. They've got a couple grain carts here. You just got to make a loop around the building, just see what's sitting here, even if you're not even interested in anything. But we're gonna make our mandatory loop around the building here and head on back home. Couple combines sitting over here. not a whole lot here today, but gonna head out, get ourselves back home, get these screws in, and get this planter hooked up. Well, when I got up here, they were already getting everything out. We like to move our planters in and out with skid steer. We've got this hitch made up for it because it's tight getting them in this barn with just a tractor. So, because they'd already had that planter out, got skid steer, loading it back up, and we've got that where we can hook tractor up to it easy enough. We've got our other air seeder sitting out here, got our other planter out, so we should be good to go. Can't hook that other Kinsey up until we go back down and pick up our tractor that we hauled down to get worked on. So they got the pump in last week. It did need a pump put on it for the hydraulics, and I think Thursday or so they got that in, and they're going to start working on it as soon as they could this week. So hopefully maybe next week we'll be able to go and pick that thing up, and everything should be working good on it, and we'll be able to hook this other planter up then. So my screws I went and picked up was for this bean head. If you look down through here, you'll notice we've got some tines missing. That's where the screws go, and we're gonna put those back on. And actually what we had to end up doing was, on one of our last fields this past fall, we was into double crop soybeans, so we had some wheat stubble underneath there. Last pass, and we had some trash build up on an end, and we was only picking in the center. It was only probably about a 10-foot swath, so wasn't paying attention out here, and as trash built up, you can see all these arms are aluminum, and it bent them all. So we ended up replacing a section of arms all the way around on this whole reel, and somehow, I guess when it broke, we lost some of our tines, so we bought some tines, went to go put the tines on, realized we also lost the bolts. Didn't even think about it, so went and picked up the bolts for that. We'll get those put back on. The head will be ready to go now for this fall. So one of the other jobs we did last week, and get it finished up this week. So got a guy over here at our main farm here at my dad's house. He's trying to grind some stumps down. Recently, you can see these power lines. They put in some three-phase down our road. So when they did that, they cut a bunch of trees down over here. So we're gonna get those stumps ground down so we can get that sowed back in grass this spring or summer, and get it looking a little bit nicer. So you can see here, we've got plenty of chemicals and seed in here now. Some more over on this side, and getting prepared. But right now, our next project is we're getting the lowboy detached, and we're gonna load this combine up on it and haul it up to another farm. Deal with it was the motor's out of it. It's just a toy anyway for Dad, so can't find a motor right now, or don't have one, and I don't know when we're gonna have time to start working on it again. So we're gonna get this out of the shop finally and moved up to another farm out of the way so we can get our barn cleaned back up here, work on some stuff in here again. Well, combine's out of the barn. We hooked the detach back up, so we're only gonna be going maybe 3/4 of a mile down the road with this thing. We were thinking before when we pulled it, it didn't steer very well, but it steers fine. So I think we're just gonna end up pulling it down the road very slowly to where we're going. Work better than doing everything we need to do to get it on this trailer and get it up there. So tomorrow, when we take this tractor up, finally go grab Eric's planter, which is the exact same place this is going, we'll just hook it up and pull it up there. Hey guys, what's going on? Next day. Forgot to record it, but we got our combine up here. We're getting unhooked. Slow process. We drove pretty slow, so got that unhooked now. we are going to take off over here and back up to the planter and get it hooked up and drag it back down the house. So, got that in there, crank this jack down, and we'll get ready to head back down the house with this thing. All right, everybody, Wednesday now. Next day, we've got this thing down at the house. You can see Eric and Justin went through this morning, got all of our meters in. When we store this thing, we take these meters off, unbolt them, keep them in the barn. That way we know they're good. We take the plates out, brushes stay good that way. So they did that this morning. I had some other stuff to go do. So did Dad. So this afternoon we're doing some cool stuff, I guess. Not really too cool, but exciting, in preparation for tomorrow. So tomorrow we've got a crew coming, and we're moving the grain leg over into the tower spot and finishing the tower and getting rid of all these cables around here so we can finish up this grain system hopefully soon. So what we got going on right now is we've got all these turnbuckles that we got to put these saddles like this on here, and this will bolt to our tower, and the cable will go over to the leg and bolt around these. We got to put these on right here and have all this finished up, ready for tomorrow. For when they get here, they can start grabbing parts, putting it all together. So we're gonna go work on some of this and get prepared for tomorrow. So on all these turnbuckles, like I said, we're putting these saddles on them, making sure they're all on the left-hand side or left-hand threads. But before we can do that, we gotta go through, take all these pins out, take the nuts off, take the bolts off to be able to get these into here. Otherwise, we'd have to go through and spread all of these. But even then, we got to do that, they still won't fit. So we are putting them on something solid and hitting on them right around here with the hammer to get them to slide into here. And then they'll be set up like this. So we're going to start beating down some of these so we can got them ready to go before we start putting them on. normal size needle nose would probably be a little bit easier. There's that. Get this nut off. Bolt out. See that we're in there. Back on. Nut is back on. Put our cotter key. Maybe. That back in. Turn it that way. And spread this thing back out. All right, there's one. All right, so we got pretty much all of our turnbuckles ready here. You can see we've got, get it down here. Got these on all the way. We took our cables, cut them the length of what we're gonna need, and got our clamps on there. So tomorrow, when we put the leg inside the tower, that's what's gonna be holding it in place from now on. So got pretty much all those made up, but gotta head to a softball game, and that's probably gonna do it for this video. We're gonna do all of tomorrow probably in one video. So we'll see you on the next one.